housekeeper. Welcome back.
Well, I hope my husband's watching.
No.
It is the secret that every married man wants to know. How to get their wives to have a little more sex at the end of a long day with the kids. I know what this is like.
Martha has a great husband, 3 children. She's very interested in this segment. According to a recent study, the answer is housework, guys.
Hello.
You get more sex, do some housework. I'm talking about dusting and mopping and the laundry and the dishes, of course.
Take a look.
There's new research saying couples who work around the house are working it out between the sheets. And Wendy Marquez likes the sexy sound of that.
Having someone clean up for me, yes, definitely. That's a turn on.
You see, Wendy can only faintly remember a time years ago when her husband actually chipped in with the chores.
Before we were married, my husband was literally wooing me with housework.
But playing the role of a supermom without a break is wearing Wendy out.
And by the time I'm able to sit down and relax, I'm ready to pass out.
She is simply too run down to get revved up, and Wendy wants to bring back the old days. So Wendy says if she were to get her husband's hand tidying up around the place, she'd be rested enough to get a little randy.
If I had a little more help around the house, he might have a more playful wife at the end of the day.
All right, Wendy's joining us in our studio audience. Hey, Wendy. And on the set, the authors of Finding the Doorbell, Sexual Satisfaction for the Long Haul. We've got Cindy Pierce and Edie Morgan. Hi, you guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
By the way, I know what that doorbell is. I know what that's all about.
Good work, Mike. That's a start.
Thank you. I agree with the study. What do you think?
The study is consistent with what we heard from all our contributors to the book. You know, this idea of chore play. We call it the foreplay of foreplay in our book. And there's no question that a guy who has taken part in all the tasks around the house and helping share the load, that guy is really attractive.
And the studies also, they give ammo to women to get their men to do more, because there's health benefits, there's marriage benefits, there's sex life benefits. So you now have single men advertising their domestic prowess instead of six-pack abs.
You know what I think it is? I think you're proving to your wife, your mate, that you really care about her.
Right.
And you're worried that she's tired, and plus she's going to get more sleep, which may lead to better sex.
Right, and it's not so direct. It's not conditional where if my husband gets behind the vacuum cleaner, I'm going to provide a little action here.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not quite so direct. But I'll tell you, there's a certain number of dragons that need slaying each day. And if he's going to help with that,
right,
and I can see him like empty sink and pressing the button, you know, the start button on the dishwasher, that is arousing. That is arousing.
Doorbell.
And for women, you know, my husband can be ready to roll for sex any time of the day. Women, we need to like cross a bridge, get ourselves into a frame of mind.
So true. And
then we're maybe ready. And you know, my husband, if I gave him the green light for sex, he could be scrubbing it. Yeah. Be ready to roll.
Drop everything, no problem.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Ready to go.
So true. You know, but I think that something in this study maybe is that, you know, they're together. Okay, they're working, they're doing the dishes.
They're in the same house.
Cozy, right? They're in proximity, because if your husband's doing housework, that means he's home and not sitting in front of the TV watching sports or something, right? So I mean, you're together, you're doing it.
And the studies do say that,
so to speak,
one of the things that it talks about is men are doing a lot more. They're doing twice as much housework and 3 times as much child care as they were in the 60s. So they're coming along, so they get it. I mean, you're really not going to run into the situation where someone's just on the couch expecting.
But see, Wendy's been married about 7.5 years. At first, he was doing housework. Now he's not. How does give her one tip, real quickly, to get him to have?
Be specific. Men are not psychic. You got to tell them. Now, he can do housework. You told us he can do housework. So you sort of have to just give up your perfection. Give up the reins. Let him fly. Let him take it on.
Is it okay, like I said in the study, to barter? If I vacuum the shag, you'll maybe shag.
I do that.
You know what? I say keep your cards. I say the best thing a guy can do is keep his agenda to himself. It's his agenda. We know it. But it's almost as when you say like, "Hey, baby, if you give me a little," you know.
My husband and I have a joke about. I'm always like framing things and wanting to hang new pictures, you know. And I'm like, "Ooh, if you hang those pictures."
Okay,
get a little
I
got your, you know, I'll hang your pictures for you, lady.
Is he good at hanging?
You betcha.
I'm not going to say it, but I will say this.
Man, that is
so
nice.
sexy when you do that, Mike.
Work it, baby.
That's something for you?
A man with a vacuum.
For more on sex.
There's something over there, I think.
ImmonJShow.com. Don't go away. I got some cleaning up to do.